Hey guys, welcome back to Disturbing Creations, and I got a really good video for you that I want to share a skill with you. Have you ever gone out to your car and you see something that's cracked or broken, that's plastic, and it just really upsets you because you know you're gonna have to spend the money to fix that? Sometimes you open the hood and you have like a plastic over your battery or some casing over the engine to make your car look a little nicer. If you get any of these cracks where the air intake is, or the air box, or the air filter, it could make the car run bad, and then you have to replace all that stuff. It costs a lot of money. Now it doesn't anymore. I'm going to show you how to fix all the plastic pieces, all the cracks, all the broken pieces, missing pieces on, I would say, 85% of all the plastic on your car. You're going to be able to use this technique to fix everything. Now, I just so happen to be tearing apart my twin turbo Audi engine that we're going to go ahead and throw in our Porsche. And we're doing that on our Disturbing Creations TV series. So I'll leave a link down below so you guys can check that build out. But for this, people that just want to be able to fix their cars and all the plastic without spending thousands of dollars, this is the video for you. So take a second here, hit that subscribe button, like this video, share it with some of your friends. This skill is going to save you money and make them very happy. So I have two broken timing chain covers, and I looked them both up, and one was about 50, 60 bucks, and the other one was like 140, 150. But I'll put two pictures of what those prices are. I'll do a snapshot off of Google so you can check it out. So I'm going to take the time to fix those pieces and show you how to do that. But any plastic piece that you have on your car, you can do this on. Any plastic piece, you can use this technique and you can fix. So let's get right into it, learn this new skill, and save that money. So these are the pieces of the timing chain cover here. Parts are getting really expensive, so I'm going to show you how you can save some money and fix your plastic parts with fiberglass. So let's get a closer look. So you see right here, there's a hole blown through here. I could just make that solid, but I actually need this spot. So this piece goes here, but it broke, you know. And what this piece is right here is it holds the a tube, you know, for the intake and the turbo. So I have to have it, you know what I mean? So what I did was I took the piece and I sanded all around the piece, you know. And then as you can see right here where it's all scratched up, see it's all scratched up right here? All around the cracks. And even in the hole, I used sandpaper and I just sanded it with my finger. You don't want to burn it down too much because if it gets too thin, you lose integrity, you know? Then you have to clump up the fiberglass. And then on the back side, I sanded it even more because we're going to put a little layer on the back as well. You can't go too thick on the back because the timing belt is in here, and I don't know exactly where the timing belt is on the inside to see if I could build this up a little bit, but the outside, once I get this in, you know, once I get this in positioned, I have to look at it and position it in like a puzzle. Once I get it positioned in, it doesn't matter because you see how far it sticks out? You see how thick it is? You see how far it sticks out? Right? So I can goop it up all around the outside and make the integrity of this piece on here a lot better. And then I just saved a lot of money. I think this piece of plastic right here was $150 just for this timing cover, this large one. And let's look at the other one. So the other one is a very small piece, but I think this was like 35, 50 bucks. You see where it's totally blown out the side here? So it was broken, but there's a bolt here as well, and it was still connected onto the piece. So when I took the tube off, the piece that was here, that's missing here, came off with the tube, but I saved it. So this is it. This is the piece. And then I sanded it, and we're going to put it back together like this. I mean, if it wasn't on a car and getting hot and vibrating and moving, I would maybe super glue it. But since it's going to be under pressure and the engine's twisting and vibrating all the time, and I'm swinging the car, I'm going to fiberglass this. So I did the same thing. I sanded all around here. You see where it's all scuffed up? See the scuffs? I sanded. I used 100 grit sandpaper because I wanted to tear the plastic up a little bit. If you put it on something smooth, a smooth surface like this, it doesn't matter how you make it, like how much of hardener to how much of fiberglass resin, it'll peel off because it can't grab. But if you scratch it up and put all these little lines in here, it grabs to the lines. It's kind of like you know, you're making it meet up together instead of just being smooth. So I did the same thing on the part. I sanded the part so the part looks like it's all scratched up on the inside. It was nice and smooth. And I even scratched up these pieces. Then I washed it because all the stuff that you sanded on here and scratched up, if you, like, say I left all the stuff on the corners here. Say I left all the stuff on the corners here, all the dirt, and then I put the fiberglass resin on here and I stuck it to this. If it had a bunch of sediment in it, it wouldn't adhere to it and it would just pop off. So that you can't do that either. So once you sand all this really nice, so you probably have to wash it, then sand it, then wash it again is what I did. And take your time and it will come out like brand new again. I mean, you're going to have a little fiberglass on here and you could just spray paint this whole thing black again. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to be able to see the engine in my car because it's a mid car. So I'm just going to fiberglass it and not do anything. And then I did the back on both pieces as well. You know? So you're not even going to be able to know that this fell off. Now what this is going to do is this is going to put the bolt back here that I can use in the correct spot. And it's also going to close up the hole so no dirt and rocks or anything else can get into my timing belt. So now I'm going to show you how to put the fiberglass on here and how to meet it up. So let's mix up some fiberglass right now. I'll show you how to lay the fiberglass down, put a couple drips of the hardener, mix it up. You only get like 2 minutes after you mix it up to get this done, and we have to get it set and hold it on there and then just put it somewhere where it's not going to be touched. And maybe in about 20-25 minutes it'll be good to go, and then you can start sanding it down a little flatter. So let's mix up some fiberglass and fast forward, and I'll show you how to do that. So let's get right into it. So this is the 100 grit sandpaper that I used to sand down the material so it would adhere a little better on the plastics, because you can't do this on top of smooth. It'll peel right off. So this piece is going to go back here where I showed you. Then I took my fiberglass resin here. I like Bondo, and I think 3M is a great company. 3M is a little expensive, but I swear by it. So we open it up. I'm almost empty. That's why I scraped the can. And then I put it right here. This is what it looks like. I'll give you a close look. Let me see where we're at here. So it's just a bunch of goo. Just a bunch of goo. Almost looks like a big wad of gum. I put it down there. So this isn't going to really dry by itself unless you let it out for like a day. And this is the resin. You know, this is called the resin. And then you have to mix this with the hardener. And as you can see, I even kept a plastic knife. You know, like, I don't use a lot of plastic silverware, but after a party, I just kind of threw all these silverware in a bucket and washed them off real quick. And now I use all of them just to mix. You see, I used it to mix down here, and then I broke that piece off, and then I used it to mix again, and now I'm using the back. So I used one plastic knife that was free 3 times instead of buying stirrers, you know, that costs a lot of money. So once we have the resin in, we have to get the hardener. So this is liquid hardener. This stuff's expensive. Usually it comes with the resin, but I usually go through this more because I like it to set up faster and harder when I do it. So I use a lot more hardener. So you don't need to use a lot of this, but I'm gonna drip some on there, and then you're gonna see me stir it together. You have to mix it up because it makes a chemical reaction, and then we're gonna apply it. So let's get it going. So we're gonna put a couple drops on there. That was probably even too much, but like I said, I like it nice and hard and ready to go. You know, so just kind of, you don't want any air pockets. You just kind of want to mix everything up and make it look like it's even. I don't really like the clear hardener. See how this is clear? I like the one that's red, because when you mix it with the other color, it turns brown with this green. And then I know exactly everything is mixed. Like I'm kind of just winging it here to see if everything's mixed. I don't really know, but they only had this clear one, so now I'm stuck with it, you know? So you gotta be kind of quick if you use a lot of hardener. Okay, so then we're gonna take the panel, and I'm just gonna slap a little on here, you know, put it all around, and put a little on the front, you know. This is a lot. Don't worry about it. This stuff is cheap, way cheaper than these panels are. You know what I mean? Slap it all around, all over the place, because I'm gonna show you, we're gonna clean it up. So just slap it around. We gotta hurry. And then take this piece. We're gonna do the same thing. Just kind of slap it around on there. Slap it around, you know? All right. Cut the tape. Hold on a minute. I gotta make a little interjection here, because I know some people are gonna be like, oh, what's he doing? He's just slopping it all over the place. It's not professional, whatever. But I've been doing this for so long, so bear with me here. If you make peanut butter and jelly sandwich and you take the peanut butter or jelly on your knife and you slide it across the top of the bread, then it's just laying on the top. It doesn't permeate down through the bread holes. But if you push it in, and then take the knife and slide it over, not only does it make a nice spread on the top, but it doesn't have any air pockets in it. When you're doing fiberglass, you can't have any air pockets, because through weather change and air pressure moves a little bit, it could crack your fiberglass. So just do like I'm doing, smush it in all around the broken area first, like where the crack is. You want to go all around the crack, all around the piece, fit it together, and then clean it up. Now let's get back to getting this work done. Doesn't have to be pretty. We're not this isn't a painting. We're gonna show the end product off, not whatever we're making. All right. I know it's a lot. Okay. So then we're gonna take don't ever get it down in here. You want to stay away from the threads. Sometimes I put a bolt in the thread so that it doesn't get any on it. So we're gonna take the part. We're gonna put it on. We're gonna try to set it how it should be. Smush it in so it gets a good seal. And then we're gonna take one of these, and we're just gonna form it. Just gonna form it away. Form it away. Cut and form it. Cut and pull it. See how it's getting flat now? Cut and pull. Cut and pull. That's it. You're gonna be all right. But I know it's a little scary. You're like, I don't want to break my car part. Oh my God, this is for my car. But I'm telling you, man, you got to do this a couple times. Don't do it on your car part the first time. You know, like, find some junk, 2 pieces of plastic, and just play around and practice with it. You know what I mean? And see how it is. See how it is? There it is. You won't even see those cracks anymore. Right? How's that? I don't care what it looks like on the outside. I'm going to sand it. Then we're going to clean it up on the inside. You see the inside? So I'm going to hold it, the panel, tight, and I'm just going to clean it up. There it is. Clean it up. Make it flat. Clean it up. Spread it out. It's okay if you spread it out a little farther than where the cracks are, because it's going to hold. It's grabbing more. It's like an octopus. It's getting all the legs out there to hold on, or a spider, you know? So we'll just go around the edge here. You know, clean it up a little. So you see where this indentation is right here? See this indentation? You don't want to block that, so we're going to cut that out with the corner, you know, so that we get a good fitting. All right? Okay. So it's better to do a little bit and not too much. See, I have some left over, and I just kept spreading it out, spreading it out, spreading it out. Spread it flat. When you spread it flat, that gets you used to doing body work as well. You don't have to sand as much. There's not much of a hump. All right? So then we're going to go back over this again, where I had my finger, it kind of, you know, spread it out. So it looked like a lot, right? When we first started, it looked like a big clump, but you didn't know about this piece. So now you know. So then we're going to let this sit. I'm going to let it sit for 24 hours before I start to sand it. If you're doing body work, you can, I think as long as it's above like 70 degrees wherever you're working, you can let this sit for about 20-25 minutes. Sand it down just a little bit. You don't want to sand it down flat to waste your time, and then you can apply another coat. It's better to apply a small coat, sand it, find, oh, I missed a spot right here or over here, looks a little light, make up a little more and put it on, then have to sand it off, or get a machine and sand it down. You don't want to have to do that. So now that I did this, I'm going to go finish the other piece, and I'm going to show you what both pieces look like all the way back together. I just saved myself $50. $50. You don't have to buy. So now we're going to do this other piece of the Audi. This piece right here. I'm going to put this little circle in here. So I mixed up a little more. Right? I'm just going to put it all around the circle here. You know? All around the cracks. A little bit on the inside. See where it's on the inside? Some. Running out of hardener. Or I ran out of fiberglass. To open that other can soon. Alright, so. And we're gonna just put some more on the button here, you know, and then we're going to try to fit it in how it fits. You can feel it when it goes in. There it is, it's right there, and it'll be flat. And I'm just going to hold it with one finger flat, kind of shape it, you know, try to get it around. So this one's a little harder. This one I'm going to do in 2 stages. I just want to get it on there flat and get it hard. You know? There. Now she's flat. Gotta make sure she's flat. So we're going to let that heel flat. I'm going to let that heel flat like this and cure. And then I'll do another little batch, and I'll go around it again over top, because I want this to be hard. That's holding the intake tube on the other side like that other one is. So it's just, there wasn't a lot of plastic. I have to make it. You know what I mean? It was missing a whole chunk out of this top nipple. And the bottom plate was missing a whole piece. It didn't fit in there like perfect. Like, remember when we did this one, it fit in perfect? Well, this one didn't, so you got to get it in as close as you can, fit it straight, make sure you look at it, eyeball it from all angles, make sure it's straight, then let it heal or cure, and then go again on it again. So let's go back to this one. So this one's cured already, you know? So look, I'm holding it just by the piece. Just by the piece. It's solid now. So we just saved 50 bucks. This is 50 bucks, you know? I'm gonna sand this down a little bit and see how strong it is. I might put another coat on the outside here. The inside's good. I don't know where the belt is, so I don't wanna rub this on the belt and a little piece of this fall off in the I mean, it's not inside the engine, but I don't want any problems. So we're gonna do a little more on the outside when it cures here. And we'll do the same one on this side, a little more when it cures around this one. And then we just saved $200 for these two pieces. Like $200, you know? $200, I can buy a whole head gasket kit for my car. So I just got a head gasket kit for free because I bought $10 worth of fiberglass. And there it is. That's the B5 S4 timing belt covers that we just fixed. So that's a custom fix. We don't throw out, we fix. Built, not bought here in my shop. All right, so I want to clarify something really quickly before you see this last cut of the video, the final product, because I'm putting this engine in a Porsche and it's going to be mid-engine. You're never going to see the engine ever unless you pull it out of the car. So I didn't take the time to sand it all the way nice and pretty. I just kind of left the fiberglass on, made it smooth. It's still a little ugly, and then hit it with the paint. But when you do yours, take the time to sand it nicely, get it all done, and then hit it with the paint, and it'll look like it's brand new and you never even fixed it. But the whole point of the video was to show you how to use the fiberglass. But I kind of cut that step because I'm on a deadline. So check us out on Disturbing Creations TV series. Follow us through our Reaper build. This twin turbo engine's going in a Boxster. We are going to be smoking it on the street. So now that the covers are all re-fiberglassed and all put back together, I mean, you can see the little fiberglass. It's not trying to be pretty. You're not going to see this engine because I'm putting it in the mid. It's not going back in and outy. And this one as well here. But then I painted them just to make them look better again. So this is the final product. And then they're going to go back onto the engine build. So they look great.